Hello, welcome back to another solo episode of the Being Method podcast. I'm MJ Renshaw, your host, and today we're diving into something really juicy and powerful. This is a topic I get asked about a lot. And it's something that's a big role in my life. I really want to tie it into breathwork and its manifestation. I did a Q&A on my Instagram not too long ago, and someone said, "Do you believe in manifesting?" Or I recently had a conversation with my mom where my mom does not believe in manifesting, even though she's a manifestor in human design and manifests all the time. But I was trying to break it down, being like, manifesting is just setting the intention, getting into the feeling, and then taking the action steps accordingly. So I really want to go into doing this podcast episode where we talk about the science of manifesting using breathwork, because I think breathwork is such an incredible tool for manifesting. So I'm just going to go into all the neurology and the physiology behind how breathwork can help your manifestations come so much quicker than if you were doing maybe some more traditional techniques, just like classic mindset work, which I also practice. So I'm not putting them down. I read all the books. I've read The Game of Life. I've read Think and Grow Rich. Like I've read them all. I love Neville Goddard. I love anything to do with mindset. Just for me, I know the somatic piece plays in so big. So for me, when I partner the mindset work with the somatic piece like breath work, I can really make my manifestations come way more quickly than I thought. I thought I would be writing a best-selling book when I was in maybe my 40s or 50s. And here I am at, how old am I? I'm turning 35 this year. Here I am at 35, about to publish a best-selling book. I know the word manifesting can sound a little bit like, oh, ooh. That's the best noise I can make. Ooh. Actually, in my script, it says I'm supposed to say airy fairy, but I love fairies, so I'm not going to say that. I would never say anything negative about fairies. I'm a big fairy girl. I grew up with very British grandparents, so there was a lot of fairy talk in my household. Side note, I love like British, Irish, Scottish folktale mythology. It's just so cute. There's always gnomes and fairies, and I love it. Anyways, that's besides the point. Let's get back to manifesting. So stay with me. We're going to explore through a scientific lens. So we're going to go into looking at the brain, and we're going to talk about your nervous system and your vagus nerve and all the things, and like really the real tangible ways that manifesting can be just made faster with breath work. So what are we going to go over? We're going to talk about what's happening neurologically and physiologically when we manifest, how breathwork plays a central role in manifesting and making your manifestations real. And I'll guide you through a really short manifesting breathwork practice that I really like to do and that I believe works. My husband does it and he swears by it. My husband's such a good manifester. He did a Joe Dispenza meditation with me when we were looking for a house, and he pictured our house exactly, like pictured it exactly down to like our kids and everything. Like some people just got it. Okay, so if you're someone who loves neuroscience and spirituality, you're going to love this episode. So let's begin redefining what manifesting really is. So what is it really? Let's define it. So manifesting isn't just thinking about something and hoping it shows up. That is not manifesting. That's just thinking thoughts. So manifesting is intentionally changing your internal state through thoughts, emotions, hormones, breath, and nervous system to align with a new version of yourself. So it's not just thinking thoughts. It's not just reading the books. It's actually changing your state. You can right now in the next minute, if you want to, make yourself very angry by thinking of some things. Or you can make yourself feel joy, or you can make yourself feel gratitude, or you can make yourself feel love. So your thoughts followed through with how you're going to react to them intentionally can get you into a certain vibration. And that's like part of the work of manifesting, is really dragging your mind and being like, we're going to get into this vibration. And it's wonderful. It's wonderful that you have that choice. So in neuroscience, we call this neuroplasticity, your brain's ability to change its structure and function based on the experience and intention. In other words, you can literally rewire your brain to become someone who naturally attracts what they desire, but only when the body believes it's safe to receive it. So you can say to yourself, I'm a lucky girl, or I'm going to manifest this in my business all you want. But if your body doesn't believe it's safe in that place, it's safe to receive, it's safe to be seen, it's safe to have that much money, it's safe to grow that much, it won't happen because your nervous system will constantly shut you down to keep you safe. So let's talk about how you can have those big thoughts, have those big dreams, but also have your body feel comfortable in those new levels of life. And just in my own life, publishing a book right now is bringing up a lot. It's something I've never done before. It's something that puts me kind of in a spotlight. It's new because I'm publishing a nonfiction, which has a lot of science studies in it. I'm not a scientist. I'm worried I'm going to make mistakes. I'm worried people are going to leave horrible reviews, and like that. I have this thing that I have to work against in my mind to be like, you're safe. It's okay if someone leaves a bad review. It's not the end of the day, The girls who are going to get it, and the girls who won't. And that's fine. It's not going to be for everybody. So I'm just to let you know, like I'm currently working through these things at all levels. I'm sure Joe Dispenza, when he had his first huge retreat, had to work through these things. Tony Robbins, when he had his first thing, he had to work through these things. Jenna Kutcher, when she published her book, she had to work through these things. Everybody who works in any space when they up level has to work through the blocks. And that's why they're up leveling, right? Is because they recognize that this is just the new level and I can be safe here as well. And I belong here as well, right? They're all just people, nothing special about them. They just believe that they belong in that room, and you can believe that you belong in that room too. Okay, let's talk about the neurology of manifesting. Let's talk brain. So when you imagine your dream future, whether it's a relationship or a career or your home, your prefrontal cortex lights up. And I like to think of the prefrontal cortex as where you are planning, future thinking, envisioning. This is your brain's vision board. Think of it that way. This is the vision board of your brain. When you are picturing your life, and if you're someone who doesn't picture things, that's okay. You can go with the mood, you can go with the vibe, you can look at the words, like whatever it is, however you like to think or however your brain thinks. I'm just going to say picturing because I picture. When you're picturing your life, all of that is happening in the prefrontal cortex. It is creating that scene, that house, that vibe, the career, what you're wearing, how it smells, like everything about it. But here's the catch. If you're stuck in stress or anxiety or overwhelm, your amygdala takes over. That's your fear and threat detector. It shuts down creativity and keeps you in survival. So you won't be able to access that internal vision board in your brain if your amygdala is turned on and you feel threatened. So this is why the somatic breathwork piece is so big in manifestation. When you're in survival, your brain cannot dream. You can't believe, you can't create. That's where breathwork is magic. So when we consciously breathe, we slow down, we breathe slowly, we activate the parasympathetic nervous system and calm the amygdala. This allows the prefrontal cortex to come back online so that we can visualize, plan, and believe that it's actually possible. If you take someone in a very stressed out state and you say, tell me about your dreams, they're going to not even be able to dream it. They won't even think of what's possible. But if you get into alignment, if you get into a grounded state, if you take 5 grounding breaths and then start to dream, you're going to have all these downloads of being like, then I'm going to be in LA, and then I'm going to be on this show, and then Oprah's going to call me. Like when I'm stressed out, I don't think Oprah's going to call me, but when I'm aligned, I'm like, someone's going to put my book in Oprah's hands, and Oprah is going to have me on her podcast, and we're going to talk about how important and healing it is to cry, right? So that's when I'm in alignment, I can picture myself there in Oprah's studio. I'm in Hawaii. Tears are rolling down my face because I've listened to her show my whole life. And that's the way it's going to go, right? But when I get scared, then it's not going to go that way. So I have to put myself into a grounded state in order to call in those big manifestations that are kind of scary into my life. Next, let's talk about the physiology of manifesting. So this is your hormones, your nervous system. We're going to go a little bit deeper into the body. So beyond the brain, we're going to go down into the nervous system. Your brain is part of your nervous system, but we're going to go down into the nervous system and into your body a little bit further. So when we're in a dysregulated state, our bodies produce cortisol and adrenaline. These hormones are life-saving in short bursts, but very limiting to manifestation if we have them chronically. High cortisol is going to shut down your digestion. It's going to have your body constantly scanning for danger, and your mind becomes repetitive and fear-based. Your thoughts are repetitive and fear-based. For me, the way that I know without a doubt that I am in a fight or flight state is my thoughts begin to other people. And not to other people, to other people. So I completely forget that everyone is me and I am everyone. And I'm looking at everybody through these glasses filled with love. I start to think like, well, you did that. And then you did this. And then da, da, da. You're making me this. Like I start to put all my problems on other people. And that's where I know I can go, oh, I'm having those thoughts. Those thoughts mean I'm in a fight or flight. I need to take some grounding breaths right now. And then I can start to be like, no, I actually love everybody. I love everybody. And then I go back to like my default state, which is genuinely loving everybody in an extremely annoying and hopefully endearing way. So in contrast, when we're in a regulated state, we release hormones like oxytocin, which is connection and trust, serotonin, which creates a sense of ease and optimism, and DHEA, which is a regenerative hormone linked to anti-aging and vitality. I said it. Manifesting is anti-aging. No, being calm is anti-aging. Being calm and connected to other people is very anti-aging. So these are the internal conditions where manifesting becomes natural, not forced. And breath work, guess what? It regulates your nervous system and shifts your hormonal landscape to favor receptivity, creativity, and flow. And I'm going to go on a slight tangent here, but if you're the person who's been walking around being like, my hormones are imbalanced, please check in with your nervous system. It might just be that your nervous system is dysregulated, and that is affecting your hormones. Every hormone in your body is created by a gland, and every gland is told what to create or what not to create via your nervous system. You got it. So you go off on hormones for so long. And then on the other side of things, you need to excrete them. So your drainage pathways, but guess what? Those are also controlled by your nervous system. So check in with your nervous system. Before you go off on blaming your liver or your hormones, check in with your nervous system. I swear, a lot can be eased with nervous system regulation work. Okay. I love talking about BDNF. This is brain-derived neurotrophic factor. It's amazing. I don't know why I'm singing. I'm in a good mood when I'm singing everything. Okay, so let's talk about it. BDNF is like fertilizer for your brain. It helps your neurons grow, connect, and form new pathways. Let me say that again. It helps your neurons grow, connect, and form new pathways. So if you want to change your habits, if you want to change who you are, if you want to change your life and your circumstances, BDNF is your best friend. Guess what? Every time you do breath work, especially deep intentional sessions, you stimulate the release of BDNF. BDNF can fundamentally change your life overnight. Breathwork can change your life. This is why when you do a breathwork session, you get up being like, am I an entirely different person? Because you are. Because you've just helped your neurons grow, connect, and form new pathways. This means your brain becomes more adaptable, flexible, and you open up new habits and beliefs. So you go from being like, I'm not someone who could go on Oprah, to being like, I could go on Oprah. I think I could go on Oprah. I'm going to go on Oprah. This is exactly what you need when you're manifesting. Because if you're trying to create something new while running on the same old neural wiring, it won't land. If your body doesn't feel safe, it won't land. If you're dealing with those scarcity beliefs, it won't land. You need to change your body. You need to change your nervous system dysregulation. You need to change your old beliefs. All of those things can change with breathwork. You have to become someone new in order to receive something new. It starts with you, right? Everybody thinks, oh, I'm going to get all these things in life and they're going to change me. They're going to change who I am. Then I'll be lovely. Then I'll be happy. No, you have to become lovely and happy first, and then you get all the things. Okay, so breathwork gives you the neurological tools to do just that. Let's go on to your vagus nerve and heart coherence, which gives you magnetic. If you want that magnetic energy where you walk into a room and everyone's like, who's that? This is what you do. Okay, so your vagus nerve is the queen of the parasympathetic nervous system. It connects your brain to your body, and breath is one of the most powerful ways to tone and stimulate it. A toned vagus nerve means you recover faster from stress, you feel safe, more open, and connected, and you radiate calm, grounded energy. Who doesn't want that? No one. Those are all good things. Okay, so which brings us to another powerful concept, which is heart coherence. When you breathe slowly and feel positive emotions like gratitude, joy, your heart rhythm becomes coherent in a smooth wave-like pattern. And guess what? The heart emits an electrical magnetic field that extends 3 to 6 feet beyond your body. Your incoherence, that field is harmonious, inviting, magnetic. This is when people say manifestation is a feeling first. You don't attract what you think, you attract with how you are being. Okay? Being method, get it? And breathwork helps you become that person emotionally, energetically, physiologically. Tone that vagus nerve. Get into heart coherence. That is the magnetic state. Okay, so let's do a 3-minute manifestation breath practice. It's not going to be intense, so don't worry, you don't have to lay down and get all comfy. Let's just do it wherever you are right now. So step 1, we're going to do some coherence breathing. So you're going to inhale through your nose for 5 seconds and then exhale through your nose for 5 seconds, and just constantly doing that pattern, almost like a circle, up for 5 seconds, down for 5 seconds, up for 5 seconds, down for 5 seconds, making like a perfect circle with your breath. It's all fluid motion. Repeat this rhythm for a minute or a couple minutes and keep doing in for 5 seconds and then out for 5 seconds. And you're just balancing your nervous system at this point, softening your body. We're going to go deeper into the heart. Keep going with this breath and then bring your attention to the heart space. Think of something or someone you deeply love and let that feeling expand and float over your body. Feel that love just like ooze over your entire body. Maybe it's like light over your body or a color. Mine kind of is like glitter, just going all over my skin, but not in an annoying, hard to clean way. Breathe into that sensation. Focus on your love expanding. And then I want you to do an embodied visualization. So now imagine the thing you're calling in. It's already here. You're in it. You feel it. You taste it. You see it. What does your body feel like in this new reality? How do you feel in this reality? Be comfortable there in that moment. Breathe in and breathe out. Already yours. The reality has been created and it's floating towards you. All you have to do is stay in alignment each day. Let that settle into your cells. You don't have to hustle or force your dreams into existence. You can breathe them in. You can feel your way into alignment. And with every breath, you are becoming the person who naturally attracts the life they desire. Thank you so much for joining me for the solo episode of the Being Method podcast. If this resonated, leave a review. Those help so much get this show out, or share it with a friend who's into manifesting or anybody who's looking for a manifestation technique, or they have these dreams that they need to call in, because breathwork works. It really helps. And remember, you are allowed to feel good. You are allowed to receive, and you are allowed to breathe into becoming. The secret is in being. Okay, until next time, I love you so much. Keep breathing, keep becoming, and I believe in your dreams. I believe they can happen.